In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to simplify the trickle charging of a Smart Fortwo battery by using this short section of wiring loom. Now, those of you that follow my channel will know that this Smart is not my main car. It is this beast. So as a result, like many Smarts, it does actually spend quite a lot of time inactive, and it often lives in the garage for long periods of time. This means the battery can go flat, especially in the winter months, and that's something I'm keen to avoid, so I like to keep it on trickle charge. Now, the problem is the location of the battery, which is under the carpet here. So it's a bit of a performance to keep pulling up the carpet, connecting the battery charger, and then if you want to take the car for a drive, you've got to disconnect it, put everything back. I mean, it's not an insurmountable problem, but it's still a bit of a faff. So there is an easier way, which I'll show you now. So I have made up this short section of loom. Try saying that after a few. And this consists of this section here, which plugs into the battery charger. The positive terminal is the concealed one, and the negative terminal is here. There is a little cover here, this little cap, that can be fitted when it's not in use, which reduces the chances of that making contact with ground. So I've fitted a suitable ring terminal here, crimped it on and used some heat shrink to tidy it up, and also I've let in this section here, which is a fusible link, and then fitted a suitable terminal here. Now, this fusible link is important because without this fuse, if any of this on the positive side contacted ground, say for instance in an accident or something, this would instantly light up and potentially cause a fire. It would burn out. It would be a straight positive to ground situation. So fitting this fuse means that if that were to happen, this fuse would just instantly pop in here, and it will be safe. I'll now show you how I put this together. Okay, so now you've seen how I made the little wiring loom. It is now a case of gaining access to the battery so it can be fitted. Remove the carpet. Remove these little plastic ring nuts. should be one up there. Every time I try and order one from the Smart dealer, they get the wrong thing. How can it be so hard? And then this comes out, exposing the battery. To begin with, I'm going to loosen the negative terminal on the battery and disconnect. Bear in mind that some vehicles will have a radio code. This one doesn't. Radio 9 and 10 don't, to my knowledge. But if you have alternative smart radios, you may need the code. Next, I'm going to remove this battery terminal cover, which prevents unintentional grounding of that positive terminal against anything. I'm now going to loosen and remove this 10mm nut here on the positive battery terminal. It is on quite a long thread, and there is a square tab on the other side of the bolt which prevents it from turning, so it's important to keep pressure on this here so it doesn't turn when you're undoing it. Next, I fit the ring terminal on the positive side onto this bolt on the battery terminal and refit the nut, which is then tightened. It's now time to reconnect the negative terminal, loosen this nut, and then connect this negative on here. So fit this ring terminal to the bolt on the negative battery terminal and then refit the nut and tighten. And I've just tucked the fuse behind here along with a part of this wiring, and then this wiring here is going to remain on this side of the carpet. Refit the battery terminal cover, and I've just fitted a cable tie here to ensure that this wiring here follows the negative. I can now refit the foam block and the carpet. Okay, so the carpet's back in, and as you will see, this leaves this little connector here ready to plug in whenever we need to trickle charge the battery without having to lift all of this up. The little protective cap can go on, and then it can be just tucked under the mat when it's not in use like that, and you'd never know it was there. And then when you want to use your charger, it is just a case of retrieving this, removing the cap and plugging it in. So much easier. And I can imagine that some people are going to be wondering what the product is, and yes, it was just a bike charger actually from Halfords. It's a very useful thing, and for those that say, oh, it's only for a bike, well, it's not. It's actually it says here a whole list of vehicles it can be used on, and it's fine on a car up to 1200cc. It is only being used as a trickle charger. I use it on the 2 amp function, and it's perfectly okay for me. Obviously do your own research, make sure you're happy with whatever you decide to plug into your own car. I'm now taking the car out for a drive, as it's been a little while now since I've given this a run. Gotta love these murky, misty autumn days in Britain. So safely back from a nice drive in the Smart, which I haven't done for ages, and the battery is now on charge. That's safe to leave like that. And then the little indicator on here will suggest when the battery is fully charged. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this short and simple video. I think it's a relevant one given the time of year. now winter is upon us. Once again, I can't stress enough, do make sure that you disconnect the battery negative terminal first if you are working on your electrical system. We don't want unexpected fireworks, especially in a car. Never fun. And do make sure you've got a radio code if your car has such a thing. Otherwise your radio will not work once you've reconnected the battery. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Meantime, I'll see you in another video soon. Thank you and goodbye.